Hi, Capricorn. This reading is an energy check-in. It's performed during the waning gibbous moon after the full moon in Leo in early January 2021. However, my readings are general and timeless, so whenever you actually click on this video, whenever you've found me, is when you are meant to hear this message. Capricorn, if this reading does resonate with you, I encourage you to please hit the like button, subscribe, and if you feel so moved, drop me a comment below. I do love to hear from you. But Capricorn, without further ado, let's get into your reading. We're going to start. Oh, yes. Sorry. I get super excited when I see these cards come out. Yeah. Let's see what we have for you. I get really I don't want to overuse or overstate the idea of being OCD here. It's not what it is at all, but I like to straighten out the cards after I lay them out. What can I say? Okay, let's dive right into your reading, Capricorn. So Capricorn, what this has to do with right now is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is in your signifying position. So your current energy has to do with a really deep, loving soul bond. This is soulmate material. This is a soul contract that perhaps was decided upon on the astral plane, perhaps in previous lives. But even if not that, it's you've come together with somebody who is cut from the same cloth as you. You are working with somebody in either a romantic sense or in, platonic or partnerships or professional partnerships. This is a connection that that goes very deeply and speaks to you at the soul level. You work together really well. If it's not romantic and you're dealing with something more vocational, that kind of relationship, it's, you see eye to eye because you're both equally passionate about the work that you do. But regardless of what your frame of context is for this relationship, it's a really deep, meaningful bond, and you have great work to do together at this time. And what's crossing you, or the energy that's supporting that, is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is earth energy. This is your energy, Capricorn. You're coming out very strong in this reading. So Queen of Pentacles is a very exalted expression of the element of earth. Her suit is pentacles. This is representative of the element of earth, and it therefore is significant of the earth signs, and specifically Capricorn for the queen, mostly, I should say. And so this is your energy. It's very nurturing. It's very maternal. It's very motherly. It's very creative. It's very fecund. It's very, you're in, it's pre-Empress. So I like to say your energy is the garden. That is how much of creation and creativity you are. And it's supporting this partnership. So some of you are indeed in a partnership and becoming, supporting this in all of your divine feminine energy, and you are creating together. You're creating life together, you're creating projects together. You're creating something really beautiful here on earth in the 3D through this partnership. It's really gorgeous energy, and it's really dreamy, Capricorn, I have to say. What else can we say about the Queen of Pentacles for now? I think that is really the crux of this energy to begin with. There's something else that wants to come through. A lot of yellow in this, and with that yellow comes the energy of the sun as well as all of this beautiful earth energy. The sun is life-giving energy. There's a lot of sensation of life-giving, of life-bringing, and in a creative sense, there is this real radiance around this notion. whatever it is you're doing right now is bringing you a very radiant, glowing sensation and feeling, and it's really, really beautiful. At the root of your position is the Four of Cups, and what is sort of fueling this situation, interestingly, is a sense of apathy. There's a sense of looking a gift horse in the mouth. The Four of Cups is a very interesting card. It's offers. It is offers. It's offers from the universe, and it's the idea that among the offers is one that you actually manifested, and the universe comes here in divine timing to serve it up for you. But you have a sense of questioning whether or not this is what you meant. It doesn't come the way you thought it would. It doesn't come to you as expected. But what does that say about expectation? And so you have a sense of having moved past it, even, or having a sense of apathy and boredom around it. This person, kind of depicts the energy that I'm talking about. It's a little indolent or insolent, it's a little bit, again, it looks a gift horse in the mouth. And so this energy talks about not understanding that what's coming your way, it was something you actually manifested, and it's coming to you perfectly, but you need to be able to change your perspective on it and attitude. And because this is in the position of being at the root of you, it tells me that what spurs on, again, it's sort of what spurs on this beautiful culmination and what brings you here at present. It's just to it tells me that you had this, if you went through this feeling, it's you had a notion to change your perspective. For others of you, it's going to be that you okay, this just came through that that even as you turned away from the offering, it came forward to you anyway, like it was foisted upon you. Universe foisted upon you your manifestation, because that's how strong a manifester you are. They weren't going to let you walk away from it. So let's move towards this, which is in your recent past, which is that offer again. This again is the Ace of Pentacles is a material offer. In the recent past, you were given something in the here and now. That, for some of you, it's going to be a job and professionally related. This makes a lot of sense. It's very simply put. It's just that offer from universe coming in. Do you see how that mirrors the cup that's coming through here? And it comes seemingly from out of nowhere. It feels a little random, but it's brand new and it's a new beginning, and it's real and it's here on earth, and it just, immediately precedes this situation that you're dealing with right now, Capricorn. And this material offer is sort of the dawn of this beautiful connection, and it's something that gives you a lot of great confidence and grows from the Ace of Pentacles all the way into the Queen of Pentacles, and becomes your energy of all of this beautiful fecund creation and productivity that you're realizing with this divine partnership here. Now, what's crowning you, though, is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety here. You're up in your head about something. And look, understood, things are not just black and white. Just because everything is going so wonderfully and beautifully, doesn't mean that you don't get to have your nightmares from time to time, your sleepless nights, and things that you need to focus on and face, and things that you need to sort out. And by sort out, it's also what is simply just up in the head, and what is actually something that you need to address and heal. So this is the energy that's crowning you. Excuse me. So it's acknowledging that that there are things that you mull over and that you're worrying, and that there might be some things that again that you need to address and heal. But the Swords suit is the suit representative of air, and air is it wafts in, and it's ephemeral, it's temporary, it will pass, it passes over. So let it pass over. Don't cling to this energy. And I don't like to say don't, I don't like to tell you what to do like that. It's just, the advice is to acknowledge that your feelings are valid, and these things occur to you because because you care so much. But it's also not the best way to treat yourself, to hold on to this pain, this thing that brings you pain and anxiety, because it's tainting something that is in the actual reality, in the 3D, something very beautiful and joyous. And again, this yellow here is to talk about the joy of this offer. And so Capricorn, I just want to let you know that you're feeling, it's understood that that stuff goes on in your head, and there's stuff that you're worried about, but don't try not to let it taint the joy of what's happening in the here and now. And in your near future is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is the most exalted aspect of air. This is a person, could be an air sign for some of you that will resonate. Air signs are your Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, but not, it doesn't have to be. It could be a divine masculine figure in your life. It could be somebody whomever it is, they represent the qualities of a very sophisticated communicator, somebody who is very open and intellectually sharp. They do not take any BS. This could be your energy. This could be something that you evolve to. For some of you, that will resonate. And it could be somebody else in your midst who is a part of this situation. It is a very different feeling from this energy of the Queen of Pentacles, however, which is a very nurturing and soft divine feminine. This sort of goes cold a little bit. It's pre-Emperor. It kind of leans towards the more structured aspects of the Emperor, and he's very he has great authority about him, this person, and it's really it can be a little unsettling, perhaps, this energy. However, you can trust this energy to be clear, truthful, and very supportive energy. And this is the energy of your near future, how some of this may develop, and some of the players who will come into this. It could be a paternal figure for some of you, somebody who, your father perhaps, or somebody who is represents that role in your life. And for others of you, it could be a boss, if this is a vocational reading, if this is something in your work setting. I believe what it's telling us is that you're going to get a great deal of support in the near future from an energy that is like this, the King of Swords. And right now, your energy is the Six of Swords in reverse. And the Six of Swords is talking about coming. So in the upright, it talks about moving away and perhaps traveling away from a somewhat tumultuous period or place in order to find peace and peace of mind. And again, you're taking your swords with you. And so what this tells me is that there's a sense of still moving away. Perhaps for some of you, it's going to be a sense of return, like you're coming back. And what's wonderful about this card in this position is these swords that you took with you, you're releasing them. I love it when the imagery is when the swords are pierced into the ground or into the foundation like that. When it comes up in the reverse, it immediately means to me that they're releasing, they're falling away. This means that your mental anxiety here, you're in a place where you're ready to move away from it and let go of it. This is, with this card in the reverse, in the position signifying you, this is telling me, Capricorn, that you're ready. You're ready, even if you're not quite doing it, even if it doesn't feel like you're there yet. Something that's going on, something in some way that you're supported or feeling supported. You're ready to turn this around and release some of the mental stuff that you've been carrying along with you on your journey. You're ready to let them go and put them behind you. And in your environment is the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and in your environment, this means the Six of Pentacles is the sense of reciprocity and give and take, and there's a sort of sense of balance implied with that. There's also the idea of charity, and there's therefore the idea of great wealth, all imbued in the energies of this card. In the reverse, there's a couple of different messages coming through for so because this is collective, I'm just going to sort of talk about all of them. So the first thing that came through is that there's a sense of needing to be kind to yourself, show some charity to yourself. But in your environment, that's just one message that came through. But really in your environment, I think there's a sort of sense that there's an imbalance in the give and take. If there's an imbalance in the give and take, this is something that you might want to solve for. Might be something that you are letting go of, is the idea that you are there's a lack of fairness, and so one of the ways we let go of that is by addressing it and talking about it, and that's that's one way you can get to writing this, and striking that balance again, that equilibrium, just through expression. And so in your environment, there's also perhaps a sense of need, there's sort of a great sense of need, and and then, so I feel like there's a frustrated sense of give and take. This is the sense that I'm getting out of this card in this position. We'll get some more clarification as we move. But the Strength card is what's in your hopes and fears, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Throughout a change like this, and throughout when we're dealing with moving past this stuff, this mental energy, I think our strength is called upon, and the fear of whether or not we're going to be able to hold our courage and have enough courage to see through our and surmount our sense of mental turmoil, sometimes. And so this is a card of Leo. For some of you that may resonate, but in your hopes and fears position, it's, it's sort of this idea that where you're just hopeful that you can steady on. A lot of joy in this card though too. And it's an idea of really performative act of strength. So I think that for some of you, it's going to resonate where like your hope and fear is kind of being able to show up to something in a way that is sort of fitting the bill. That's the phrase that came to mind. And if you'll be able to, it's a presentation of strength. So some of you will resonate with that phrase. And so the fear it's performance anxiety. I don't know, or it's stage fright. better said. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. The stage fright, you know, it's anxiety around whether or not you're going to be good enough. And you're good enough. You are plenty, because you're pre-empress, beautiful, amazing, and or this, you know, and you've got the support of the King of Swords here on your side, so you're absolutely good enough. This bond is strong. It'll see you through. And now in your future position, your outcome position is a High Priestess, and the High Priestess is here to tell you that you are... Okay, so much coming through. High Priestess is similar to the Empress in a lot of ways, but she's even more connected to spirit. She's all about intuition. She's all about knowing secrets of the universe and the unknown. She's all about balance. She is about balance of dark and light, of masculine and feminine. And so what happens is you get a lot of incredible success, Capricorn, because before, what we were dealing with and what we were afraid of is this lack of balance, right? This sort of this inequity of give and take, but that's solved. I think you solve it, you know, and we'll get clarity on how and why. But the High Priestess is in your outcome is pointing to the fact that that becomes solved. You strike a beautiful, beautiful balance between dark and light, masculine and feminine, give and take. All of this, those opposing energies they come into balance because of your supreme intuition and your supreme feminine, you know, it doesn't matter what gender you are, but this is divine feminine energy of intuition and a connection to moon energy and the cosmos. Also, feminine representation of reproductivity in the pomegranates in the background. You are, you know, there's a sense of real fertility here, and health. So in your outcome, the balance is struck. That give and take does, whatchamacallit, it does, sorry, I'm getting sloppy here. That give and take is reached. Right. Okay, we're gonna get, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and we're gonna take this bottom card, energy here. This is Four of Wands, Hearth and Home. We got a lot of cards here, Capricorn, because we've got quite the picture here. Remember how I was talking about the King of Swords as being pre-emperor energy? Well, he's here now for real. And so your divine masculine, this right here is a power couple. It's really beautiful. Honestly, like, this is the actual counterpart would be the Empress, but the Priestess is close enough to me. And so this is this exalted. It's, you know, you get to a point where in this partnership where it's slowly graduating. It's slowly graduating, Capricorn, and I'll tell you how and why. Basically, you strike this balance between give and take, masculine, feminine, good and evil, dark and light, all of the things, you know, you get this sense of equilibrium, you know, through this partnership, in this partnership, you know, and it graduates to, you know, the courts level where you're the queen, or one of you is the Queen of Pentacles, the other is the King of Swords, and then you move all the way up the hierarchy to major arcana. So this is BFD, power couple stuff, where now you are the Emperor and the High Priestess. You know, a full connection of watery, feminine, emotional, loving, connected energy that's well connected to the cosmos, and the divine masculine here with his authority and leadership and structure and steadiness and really, like, very strong. Both of you are strong, but in different ways, in ways that complement and help each other. And through this, you have a beautiful, beautiful homecoming and union under in the Four of Wands. It's a very passionate, unifying community card. It's a card of marriage. It's a card of homecoming, I like to say. And it's also the 1111 soulmates card. So you have another reflection of soulmate energy here on the table. And And so again, yellow all over the place in your readings, sunny, life-giving energy between you. Now let's talk about this little cluster right here, because it's going to acknowledge the complexities of life. So what you have here is, a little bit of conflict, along the way. But guess what? The swords energy are now dampened down to wands energy. And so this becomes sort of petty squabbles. Petty squabbles. Do watch out for petty squabbles getting in the way of the power of that connection. It may not even have to do with that connection, though, and it might have to be more broad sweeping other energies in your life around it, but there is a paradigm shift that happens, and that makes a lot of sense to me. The Tower is sort of like a little bit of unexpected upheaval, but this is what brings you into a more exalted position. You start off with this, this little bitty 2. It's minor arcana, the 2 of Cups, but lovely. It's sort of the mini lovers, but and then you graduate to quartz cards level in this partnership, in this divine, this divine connection. And then you graduate all the way up to major arcana. I don't know if you understand what this means, but it really is an ascension process that you're both going to towards. Because major arcana are the big, they're the big deals, the BFDs of the tarot. And in order for that to happen, and Tower is also a major arcana, is a paradigm shift has to happen. And the beautiful thing about paradigm shifts, it's like phoenix from the ashes. Stuff has to burn away, fall away, and you have to deal with like the swords and the anxiety energy that has to go away in order to create great enough change to fully ascend. Just remember that when you deal with your stuff and you let it process in a way that's healthy and allows you to make great movement through some of the rubble in your life, then you can let them finally fall away, and you can rise as phoenix from the ashes into a much more exalted position, which is what you do. It's what you do. And you do it with this partnership and this like super incredible power couple situation here, and again, it doesn't have to be romantic, you guys. It could be like this really great partnership that you're working with, and you find a lot of inspiration. Again, wands are inspiration too. Like you find a lot in the connection, and as you move forward. But yeah, the big paradigm shift has to happen, and it lets some of this conflict fall away. It does acknowledge that conflict does come up from time to time, though. But it's because you guys are passionate, and another way that this can be looked at is it's sparring. And sometimes like you like spar the sort of it's less conflict and it's more challenge. So if you challenge each other, that can be healthy. If you funnel it through a healthy energy, that can be a really fun thing too. It's like sport. So really big celebration and coming together with the 3 of Cups energy, and together with this 4 of Wands, that's also something that brings a community together. And again, because it's the 4 of Wands, that is often looked at as like the unity or marriage card. That could be one of those types of gatherings, if there is a wedding, or if it's like a launch party for your project, or something that or some sort of celebratory event around awards and accolades that are given, or a wrap party. So if you are putting together a project and like a film or working on something creative, and at the end you do like your big party to recognize the success of this union of a person or people. This is sort of group energy here, and it's really a beautiful energy that is in your outcome, and has to do with all of the aspects of this creative and this creative partnership. It stems from this partnership though, and it becomes like this bigger broader celebration. And finally, the Moon card in reverse, and this is again major arcana, and it is in conjunction especially with the Priestess, who is related to the Moon. This is Piscean energy, so it's very sensitive and keen and and in touch with the Moon. And with the moon in reverse, it talks about the end of secrecy, the end of shadow, the end of, it's everything that was causing this anxiety. It's, the moon is it talks about what's in shadow, and what you don't know, and the secret and the mysteries of that. And, and this, and that can be really scary for a lot of people. I like the moon energy for a lot of different reasons, especially because of its connection to the priestess and to intuition. But, sometimes when you're just constantly having to conduit, what information is, I think it's really exhausting. So the release of that, the need to tap in all the time, and in order to find, out what is coming next, or what, communication clearly opens up. Again, you had the King of Swords, and this is a very exalted representation of communication and information, and intellect. And so through this energy that you get to be supported by and lean into, or be, in fact, it's something that enhances your energy. You get to release the idea that there's secrets, or something to find out, or things that you don't know about, or you get comfortable with the shadow. You get comfortable with shadow, and we all ought to do our shadow work, and get really comfortable with it, because it's really impossible, honestly, to abolish that outright. We can do what we can to quiet down some of the mental energy that it can cause, but when we make friends and shake hands with our shadow side, and we get to release the energy of of needing to know what we don't know, your energy is better spent elsewhere, namely celebrating this amazing power couple that happens here, and this group energy, and that's very, very powerful, and is just going to move mountains, and do their part in adding a lot of greatness into the world. So Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there for you. If this reading resonated with you, please do hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and if you feel so moved, do leave me a comment. I do love to hear from you. I hope that everything lands beautifully here. I think this is a really powerful message for you, Capricorn. I hope to see you at the next one, and in the meantime, I'm sending you so much love and light. Thanks.